Welcome back to Courtroom Breakdown, where real justice meets real drama. Today's docket is packed with shocking cases. A man accused of running 6 miles from the police, a bond revoked right in the middle of court, domestic violence allegations with family ties, illegal weapons, DWIs, and even a wild street racing case. And it all unfolds right here in Judge Fleischer's courtroom. Stick with us, because what starts as routine hearings quickly escalates into explosive rulings, emotional reactions, and some harsh warnings straight from the bench. By the end of this, you'll be asking yourself, did these defendants ever stand a chance, or were they their own worst enemies? Let's dive right in.
You are on bond for 2 assaults, and now you've picked up a new case.
Can I explain myself?
We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
On October 15th, 2024, officers were assisting with a stranded motorist disabled in Harris County, Texas, when a witness ran up to the officer and stated that he had been shot at. Witness fell on the ground and the officers observed defendant running across the street. Witness pointed out the defendant and stated defendant was the one who shot him.
What?
Shot at him.
And he's charged with an evading arrest and an aggravated.
This is where things get complicated. At first, the witness accuses the defendant of firing shots, but officers can't actually locate a weapon. That raises a huge question. Was this a clear-cut assault, or could the witness have misidentified what happened in the chaos? The judge even brings up modern technology like shot spotters, devices that detect and record gunfire in real time. If data exists, it could make or break this case. But for now, even without a weapon recovered, the defendant's actions, running from officers and refusing to stop, stack the deck heavily against him. What do you think? Should the lack of a gun change the outcome here?
Assault with a deadly weapon?
Sure, Judge. I can look further into the offense report.
Your Honor, on this case, initially, yes, that's what the complainant said, but upon further investigation, the officer could not locate the weapon. And also, he was unsure of whether, based on the officer's report, whether the defendant was the one who shot based on location of the complainant, as well as the fact that he couldn't observe the weapon upon retracing the steps of the defendant.
Don't we have shot spotters out there now anyways? It would be interesting to see where this location is, see if there's an actual shot spotter out there. If there is, let's pull the records. It's not rocket science, okay?
So the defendant then began running in the officer's direction. Officers marked patrol vehicle was blocking the lanes with lights activated. Officer yelled at D to stop.
I'm the defendant.
You are the defendant.
Yelled at the defendant to stop and identified himself as police. Defendant turned around and began to run away from the officer. Officer gave chase and yelled again to the defendant, IDing himself and asking for the defendant to stop, which the defendant refused, looking back and continued running. Approximate length of chase was 0.6 miles.
Okay. Mr. Richardson, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your evading arrest.
And here it is, the breaking point. The judge lays it out plain and simple. When you're out on bond, the rules are crystal clear. Don't get into more trouble. This defendant was already facing 2 assault charges, and instead of keeping his nose clean, he picked up a brand new case. The judge doesn't hesitate, bond revoked, straight to jail. This is a prime example of how the justice system doesn't just punish past crimes. It punishes patterns of behavior. The courtroom tension is heavy here, because everyone knows, once your bond is revoked, your freedom is gone in an instant.
You have been given multiple bonds. I asked you to do one thing while you were on bond for both of those assault cases. Do you remember?
Stay clean.
And stay out of trouble.
Stay out of trouble. I was shy.
And now you picked up a new case. I'm revoking your bond. He goes with you.
You revoking my bond?
Mm-hmm.
I was shy.
We're gonna look further into the facts.
Please. Are you Dewan Fairley? Mr. Fairley, you're charged with assault of a family member. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you.
Any witness and the defendant are dating and they have a child. On October 14th, 2024, any witness was driving while the defendant was a passenger and their son was in the rear seat. Defendant began questioning complaining witness because he thought she was cheating, which prompted an argument. Defendant began putting his hands in complaining witness's face, impairing complainant's ability to see the road. Complainant brought the vehicle to an immediate stop. Defendant then began grabbing her left shoulder. While defendant was grabbing her shoulder, complaining witness turned and bit defendant on his hand in an attempt to get defendant.
This case hits differently. It's about family. The defendant is accused of assaulting the mother of his child while their son was in the car. That alone raises serious red flags about safety. But here's the twist. Despite the allegations, the complainant doesn't want to move forward and even wants contact with him. That puts the judge in a difficult position. On one hand, the law must protect victims from future harm. On the other, personal relationships and emotions often complicate domestic cases. The judge's warning is clear. Threatening or harassing contact could land him right back in jail. Viewers, what would you do here? Allow contact or cut it off completely?
To release her, defendant then punched complainant with a closed fist in the face, causing pain.
All right, Mr. Fairley, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. Do we know whether she wants to have contact with him?
I believe she does want contact, Judge. It looks like someone from DVD to RIP.
How do you have that belief?
Someone from our domestic
Back.
violence division called her, and she said she doesn't want to move forward. So she does want contact with the defendant.
Any other priors that you see?
No criminal history, Judge.
Okay, Mr. Fairley, I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to have any threatening or harassing contact with this witness. If I find that you do, I'm going to put you in jail. You will not get any more PR bonds. Do you understand?
Sir.
So I don't know what kind of relationship you have with this person, but if you're someone who's constantly going to fight with this person, be careful. Because remember, it's not what you think as far as threatening or harassing, it's how she perceives. So can conduct in and of itself violate this order? It absolutely can. If I go like this, is that threatening or harassing? It is. And it can land you in jail in a moment's notice. Do you understand?
Sir.
We're going to reset your case to give you time to hire a lawyer. So I will have you come up here. The other thing you need to understand is there's a protective order that is in place. I would get to know it because if you violate the protective order, the state can and will file additional charges against you. And then it gets ugly really quick. You understand? I will have you come up here. Well, we're going to have you sign a court order for you not to have any threatening or harassing contact. I'm also prohibiting you from having any weapons as well. No guns, knife, nothing. I'll have you sign a receipt and we'll get you out of here to hire a lawyer. All right? Do not leave until you sign our bond conditions. Otherwise, I'll issue a warrant. Please. Is it DeTwain Johnson? DeTwain. Mr. Johnson, you're charged with unlawful carrying of a weapon. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
On October 16th, 2024, officers conducted a traffic stop in Harris County, Texas on a silver Buick bearing a Texas temp tag with no return to a motor vehicle, no light, and not sure what that means. But he had a temp tag that did not return to a vehicle and no lights in the back. So the defendant exited from the driver's side of the motor vehicle, leaving the vehicle on and walked towards the patrol motor vehicle quickly. Defendant attempted to walk back towards the driver's side to turn off the motor vehicle. Officers stopped defendant before he opened the door. Defendant stated the firearm was inside the vehicle. Officers opened the driver's side door and observed a Glock in plain view, unholstered, and in the driver's side door panel.
Find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. Do you have a valid Texas driver license?
No, sir. I have an ID, a state ID.
You're not allowed to drive. I'm making that a condition of your bond, and you will be signing an affidavit with me today promising you're not going to drive. If you get a Texas driver license and liability insurance.
This one shows how quickly small traffic violations can spiral. A broken tag and missing lights led officers straight to an illegally carried weapon. Add in the fact that the defendant doesn't even have a valid driver's license, and suddenly a simple stop turns into multiple legal headaches. The judge actually goes out of his way to explain the financial realities of driving without proper documentation, insurance, liability, and the massive costs of accidents. It's a reminder that courtroom moments aren't just about punishment. They can also be about hard lessons. Do you think the judge went too easy here, or was this the right balance between warning and consequence?
I will let you drive, but until that point, if I find that you drive, I will have a contempt hearing. You'll be facing an additional 6 months and a $500 fine every time you drive. Do you understand?
I had insurance on my car though. They didn't.
Don't have a license. You need a license, a Texas driver's license.
Oh, yes, sir.
Until you have a license, you can't drive. I'm glad that you have insurance because that's really one of the most important parts. Because if you get into an accident and create $50,000 in damage, if you don't have insurance, they're going to come after you and make you pay the 50 grand.
Yes, sir.
Have insurance, and if you get into an accident, they'll even give you a lawyer to represent you. But you still need a license. If you get a license, come back and show me, and then I'll take this off. But until that point, don't. We're going to reset your case to give you time to hire a lawyer. So I'm going to have you come up here, swear to us that you're not going to drive, not be in possession of any weapons, and after that, we'll let you go. What do you do for a living?
I work with landscaping and mulching.
And how much money do you make a month?
Oh, my father. Work for like 2,500. It'd be like 2,500.
A month?
It's not that much, you know.
This was 2,500 is not bad. I mean, who do you live with? Where? Do you live by yourself in the apartment or who with?
Just me.
Do you have any children?
Yes, sir. I have a daughter.
Where's the kid now? Do you provide support for the child? I'll have you fill out an application. I'll take a look at it to see whether you qualify. I need to know everything about you, what kind of car you have, how much money you have in the bank.
I don't have a bank account there.
Telling you, don't put all zeros, because if you do that, I'm going to send it right back to you. I need to know everything about you, monetary, financial, everything. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
We'll have you come up here, swear to this, and then they'll give you an application, fill it out, and I'll take a look, okay?
Does you also have a Spanish arraignment?
Ay, caramba, la bamba. Come on, man.
Page 10, Gutierrez.
Come on, Luis. Okay, yeah. You said page what, 10?
10.
Israel Gutierrez.
Yes.
Mr. Gutierrez, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you.
On October 15th, 2024, officers observed defendant's motor vehicle exit a parking lot and drive into the main roadway very suddenly with rapid acceleration. Officers saw that the vehicle had a defective license plate light and expired registration. After officers stopped the vehicle and made contact with the defendant, officers observed the defendant to be wearing no shirt, had unbuttoned pants on, a strong odor of alcohol in his breath, and glassy eyes. Defendant was leaning on his car for support when asked to step out. Defendant admitted to drinking. SFSTs were conducted. 6 out of 6 HDN, 4 out of 8 walk and turn, and 2 out of 4 one-leg stand. DICs were read, but breath was refused, and a blood warrant was signed and executed.
Any prejudice?
No, Judge.
Mr. Gutierrez, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward to the case. Do you have a valid Texas driver license? Do Are you a United States citizen? Are you in this country with or without permission? You're a citizen? Do you have liability insurance in your name? Okay, as long as you have both, you can continue to drive. I am ordering you not to consume alcohol or illegal drugs. I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're consuming alcohol or drugs, I'm going to put you in jail. You will not get any more PR bonds. Do you understand? Can you run his license for me, please? We're going to reset your case to give you time to hire a lawyer. So I'm going to have you go to Victoria real quick, sign a reset. You'll get with pre-trial for your bond conditions. And after that, you'll be free to go. When you come back, please have a lawyer. And I'm going to tell you this now, that don't take your time waiting for a lawyer because you're only hurting yourself. There's a lot of timing requirements with the DWI, and it could really hurt you if you just sit there and wait. Okay?
That's okay.
Please. Okay. Great. Thank
Right
you.
this way.
Okay, Robert, let's go.
Coach, ready, coach? COJ. Sí, señor, no, señor.
Are you Coach Tambris Franklin Abraham?
Yes, sir.
Charged with driving while intoxicated, you're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. You guys have worked out an agreement. They're offering you 3 days in jail, credit for the 2 days that you have served. You need to understand, after today, this DWI will go on your record. If you are ever pulled over, an officer will see a prior DWI. If you smell like alcohol or dope, they're going to arrest you, put you in jail. What we're doing today, from now on, you're facing a minimum of 90 days in jail. So if you're not in this country with permission and you go to jail for that kind of time, I can all but guarantee an immigration detainment. So if I were you, I would never get in a car, even if you've had a sip of alcohol. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
You're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen or a possible immigration consequence, you can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you plead guilty, you cannot change this. It will go on your record and you can never take it off. Is this what you want to do?
Yes.
Is it true or untrue that you had a 0.15 or above?
Yes.
Okay, so true to the enhancement. All right, sir. How do you plead, guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
I will find you guilty, sentence you to 3 days in jail. I will give you credit for the 2 days that you've done. I'm going to suspend your license for 90 days. Do not drive. Your license is now suspended. Do you understand? If you drive, you're going to be right back over here, and it's not going to go well for you. All right, good luck.
He makes between $500 and $600 a week, supports an elderly mother. He doesn't have much money.
I got it.
Can you waive the state traffic fine, Judge, on that? He doesn't have any savings, no bonds, no stocks.
I want you to understand something, Mr. Coach Tambris, that your lawyer is asking me to waive the fines and fees for you. We'll do that as a courtesy. Now, I'm taking away around $500 to about $4,000 in fines and fees. It will not happen again. You come back here with the DWI, it's going to be at least $6,000 to $7,000 that you will be responsible for. So out there, come back here with another DWI. It's really going to go sideways for you. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right.
Thank you very much, Judge. Thank you. Thank you.
It's okay. Ricardo, what do you got real quick?
Judge, if I can approach real fast. Oh,
Just,
Let's start trial.
okay, what's the name?
Freddie Ruiz, Judge?
Freddie Ruiz.
Yes.
Mr. Ruiz, you're charged with racing on a highway. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
On October 15th, 2024, officers observed two motor vehicles traveling at a high rate of speed on the 3100 block of Blalock Road in Harris County, Texas. Officers observed both motor vehicles line up at a red light and both motor vehicles traveling at a high rate of speed side by side. Officers caught up with motor vehicles and initiated traffic stop.
Alcanzaron a los
Officer
vehículos,
made
iniciaron la
contact
parada de
with
tráfico,
the
los
defendant.
contactaron al acusado.
Defendant stated he
El
was
acusado
going
dijo
home
de
from
que
work.
iba a casa
The other
del
driver
trabajo,
swerved
el
into his
profesor
lane like he was
intentó
attempting to
correr,
strike the
estaba
defendant's
intentando
vehicle.
golpear el vehículo del
What?
acusado.
And then the defendant
Y luego el
decided to do the
acusado
same thing to
empezó,
the other
decidió
vehicle.
hacer
So
lo
they're
mismo.
like demolition derby?
Kind of what it
Tratando
sounds
de
like, Judge.
golpearlos.
And they both started
Y
traveling
los
at a
dos
high rate
empezaron a
of speed
viajar a
after that.
velocidad
What
alta.
does a high rate of speed mean?
¿Qué significa velocidad excesiva?
I'm gonna check the offense report and see if we have the exact speed.
And he makes an admission that they're racing?
Ellos admitieron de que estaban haciendo carreras.
He makes the admission that he was doing the
Él
same
estaba
thing to
haciendo
the other
lo
vehicle
mismo
that the
a lo
other
que
vehicle
hizo
did.
el
Where
otro
the other
vehículo
vehicle was
de
attempting to hit him.
porque estaba tratando de golpearle a él.
And do we have a co-defendant as well?
Tenemos el otro acusado también.
I don't see one listed.
No veo uno
Judge.
listo.
Stephen, I'm gonna bring him in 5 minutes.
That's fine, I just wanted to go check on, they're still
Okay.
okay.
Percolating, you know? No.
It doesn't look like the officer provided the exact speed that they got to in the offense report or in the DIMS. He just says high rate.
Velocidad alta. Dígame cuál es
Racing
el
again?
tiene de que están haciendo
Other than the
carreras.
demolition derby?
So the officer observed them, right, driving together. And then I believe
Y luego
he
pienso que
pulled the
él
defendant over,
detuvo al acusado
and then had to call in a
y tuvo
Spanish
que llamar
speaking unit.
al español.
And then so the defendant stated that he was
Acusado
traveling
dijo que
home
él
from
estaba
work,
yendo
and
a
just
casa.
that the defendant swerved into his lane trying to strike his vehicle. Or sorry, not the defendant, the other driver swerved into his lane trying to strike his vehicle. And then the defendant decided to do the same thing.
I get it, and it could be a deadly conduct, but where's the racing?
Las carreras.
Read it again, read it again. I mean, maybe I missed it, but
No lo escuché.
So, yeah, the officers observed them traveling at a high rate of speed. Again, we don't know what speed. He watched them both line up at a red light and then going side by side at a high rate of speed. And
Different.
that's what the
see
officer,
it like in a competitive manner,
right.
then that's racing.
So that's what the officer observed. And then once he pulled the defendant over, that's where the offer learned that the other driver, according to the defendant, had tried to hit the defendant. And the defendant tried to hit him back.
They're at a red light. They both take off at the same time at a
And now we hit the adrenaline-charged part of today's docket, street racing. Two cars lined up at a red light, gunned their engines, and tore down the road side by side. The defendant even admitted to it. The judge wastes no time stripping him of his driving privileges. Think about it. This isn't just a traffic violation, it's reckless endangerment. People die in street racing incidents all the time, and judges know it. By yanking his license and warning of contempt charges for even touching the wheel again, Judge Fleischer is sending a loud message. The road is not your racetrack. Do you agree with this zero-tolerance approach?
high rate of speed.
Right, and the officer pulls over the defendant's car.
All right, Mr. Ruiz, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. This is the second time that we have an incident like this with you, so I am taking away your privilege to drive. You are not allowed to drive at all, and you will be signing an affidavit with me today, promising me that you're not going to drive. If I find that you do, I will have a contempt of court hearing. You'll be facing an additional 6 months in jail and a $500 fine every time you drive. Do you understand? Do not drive. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
You will be facing a lot of time in jail if you do. Heed my warning, because every time you come back, I'm going to pull your record to see if you're driving or not. You have a lawyer. They will take care of you. I will waive your appearance, but it is your responsibility to stay in touch with them. And they will tell you when you have to come back to court. If they tell me they can't get a hold of you because you're playing games, I will issue a warrant for your arrest. You pick up a new case or start acting a fool in the free world, we will not give you any more PR bonds. Do you understand, Mr. Ruiz? Okay, All right.
Just quickly, this is the second time he's been.
He has a prior evading arrest in a motor vehicle, and now we have a racing case. I don't want him in a car. That's it.
Understand, Judge.
That way.
Judge, can you sign the bond conditions?
Yeah, Ricardo. Ms. Hernandez,
Yes, Hernandez. How are you?
you're charged with theft. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. Please don't say anything.
On August 18th, 2023, the defendant issued a check for $1,577 as a payment for vehicle registration. The bank returned the check saying that there were insufficient funds. Complaining witnesses provided a copy of the demand letter sent to the defendant, no response.
Got it. All right, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. You need a lawyer to represent you in this case. This is a theft by check and it can have dire consequences on your, going forward. We're going to reset your case to give you time to hire a lawyer. So I'm not going to put any conditions on your bond. Just be careful. Don't pick up any new cases. We'll just have you.
What a session. From revoked bonds to family disputes, gun charges, drunk driving, and reckless racing, today's cases showed us just how wide the courtroom spectrum can be. One theme stood out across all of them. The judge doesn't just deal with crimes, he deals with choices. Choices to run, to fight, to drive drunk, or to race down highways. And every choice has a consequence. If you found these cases as shocking as we did, make sure to hit that like button, share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more jaw-dropping courtroom breakdowns. Because in Judge Fleischer's courtroom, the drama never stops, and neither do we.